Let's talk about the program. That's why we're all here. That's what we're going to accomplish and the workflow that we're going to have to accomplish in order to get there. Okay? Let's do it. This is kind of just an outline of what we're going to go through. So, like I said, we already accomplished something, but I'm going to take you inside training camp. Just a little bit. As we talk about when I trained with Mark Salgado and Chris, the Warrior Washington, two boxers. And we'll talk about why I am so adamant with regards with training fighters and how that's made it easy for me to translate this for you guys, all right? We're going to talk about periodization and adaptation after that. Then we're going to get into the actual program itself with these three keys: endurance, strength, and power, three of the energy systems that are most important inside of our training. We're going to talk about recycling, that I call unloading, tapering, and getting ready for battle, right? Here's the whole program right here, all right? And again, this is the base program that I have been designing probably since 2007 inside the gym. And it is the use of these energy systems and an unloading or peaking period, 4 energy systems, 3 that we use in the gym. All of those, this is an acronym. Energy systems, all of those energy systems are involved with us creating energy specifically for exercise. If we optimize the use of each of those energy systems, if we know what they are, how to identify them, you know how many reps to do in a certain one, how much rest to get in another, you can optimize each one of these, B, the A, the S, for example. All right? Well, when are we doing this? We're doing this when we're inside of training camp. Okay? We're doing this when we have an event coming up. Now, we don't have to have a giant event like a training camp where there's going to be, money involved and a prize. We don't have to do it when it's going to be a big crowd watching us. But ideally, we do punctuate the end of training, right? Our training cycle, as we'll learn later on, with an event. And so before that event, we got to prepare. So we're inside of a type of training camp. And this is where we get ready for competition. It's temporary, okay? And guys, before I go on, I won't necessarily read all the words off of these slides. A lot of times I'll give you the broad overview. That way you can read them yourself, and I'll summarize, all right? But we know that training camps are temporary. They're not year-round, okay? It's all about peaking toward competition. For me, it was about one fighter, one goal, or many fighters, one goal, okay? So there's got to be a singularity about it. And we're fine-tuning our fighters, boxers, okay? Kickboxers. Inside of training camp, we're getting ready for the big show. All right, the big event. We're fine-tuning everything so that we're optimized to compete and win. So they're intense. Each goal is based on the event, and each event might be different. Depends who's coaching the whole team. If there's a team involved, it depends on who's, because if I'm just the strength coach or if I'm the athlete involved, if I'm the coach, I might just be part of the team. If I'm the athlete, depends if I'm working on this with a lot of other people, a lot of other athletes. We have like a big event together where we're doing it. And all of this, entropy in big letters, that just means the stuff we can't control. It looks like this typically, all right, you guys? It's like a beautiful cycle of training, then drilling, and strength and conditioning, which is what we're majorly concerned with. It's cardio. It's recovery. And maybe the recovery is daily. It could be monthly, weekly. hourly, if we're talking about doing ultra marathons or something, any competition has kind of a training camp feel. As we'll talk about later, I like to heighten that for my trainees. So it doesn't matter what we're doing. Cycle is usually going to be some sort of strength and conditioning. Got to be some type of cardio, because cardio system is a little bit, you can train that anywhere. Strength and conditioning, we're mostly concerned inside the gym focus. Drilling, whatever specifically that you're trying to accomplish. I used to train somebody that was really, she was a mountain climber and a mountaineer, right? And she would actually have to get on the hills and practice. Same woman was actually doing duathlons. So part of doing a triathlon or a duathlon is practicing, yes, the core pieces, but also changing your gear, drilling, and time off, which can lead to vacation time. So we like to stay ready, so we don't have to get ready. That's pretty much all it is. And that's one thing that I look at with Mark Salgado. I noticed that he was a stay ready guy. Very much in shape all the time. What that does is it saves us time, as we'll see later, that we need to get ready for action. We're constantly hovering close to readiness, spend less time, and ostensibly waste fewer time, or as little time as possible, building up to the actual training. That's huge. Okay? Training camps are maybe 2 to 9 weeks. I've seen year-round style training where there's active downtime, like a month or two off. Most of the time you're just training and then you just peak and you're off. But it's a year-round cycle. There's never really a time in the fight season. It might be towards winter. There's never really a time where you don't have competition.